All right, so this is going to be a book recommendation video, and I highly suggest that you save it because you're going to want to come back to this if you are on your intuition development journey or your mediumship journey. But these are the books that I have used to help me along the way, whether it be my mediumship, my intuition, or my personal development. So here we are. We're going to start with my very first book that I ever got when it came to personal spiritual development. And that book is The Secret, okay? I got this book back in 2010, and I started reading it when I was pregnant with my first son. And it literally changed my life. I think that was just the trajectory of me waking up to understanding myself and understanding otherworldly things. Even though I grew up very sensitive and experiencing things that a lot of people would deem that weird or crazy, this really helped me, okay? Now, it helped me be present. It helped me really express gratitude. This book right here, I feel like should be a part of everybody's library. It's all beat up for me. I lost the cover. It used to have a cover and everything, but it's got stuff spilled on it because I used to read it at work. This book really, really changed my life. It's about like manifesting and understanding the law of attraction, right? So this really set me off. It started me on my journey. The next one that I love, I can't say it enough, is The Intuitive Way by Penny Pierce. If you've been following me, you know that I talk about this book all the time, okay? This is a literal workbook to understand your intuition, to understand each and every clair. And it's actually something that I highly recommend to students that I teach. This right here is like, this is going to be your thing. If you are on your intuition journey and you're wanting to learn more about yourself and your clairs, this right here is it, okay? Now stepping into mediumship, which is something that I just knew it was a part of my path. I started to read Signs, and this is by Laurelyn Jackson. Highly recommend it because this is a way that you will understand how the spirit world communicates. Because a lot of people think that, you know, you're just going to see a physical embodiment of a soul standing in front of you, but that is not how it works, okay? The spirit world will communicate to us through symbols, signs, and synchronicities, music. There's so many different ways that they communicate with us on an everyday basis, but it takes for us to be locked into our intuition to understand that awareness of what is around us. And that's why I highly recommend that you work on your intuition so that you can bring these two together, right? So yes, this is Signed by Laurelyn Jackson. It is truly a gem, so definitely add that to your library. Now, personal development, helping with being present, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Absolutely amazing. They actually have a free Audible version on YouTube. If you don't have Audible, you can get it on YouTube and you can listen to it that way. Took me a little bit to read it. It started off a little bit slow, but then eventually I got really deep into it. And it is such a great book to help you understand the ego, understand the importance of being here right now. Okay. One of my favorite teachers, okay, Mediumship, Touching the Stars, and this is Eileen Davies. You can see her beautiful face right there. Oh, look, I gave her a filter. But yeah, this is Eileen Davies, and it's based on mediumship. She teaches about all the things. There's so many different exercises in here, but this book you have to get on the UK library. Now, I forgot the name of it, but you just search up UK library if this is something you are wanting to read. She also has some videos up on YouTube, so you can watch that as well. Bridging Two Realms by John Holland. This is a great book. I enjoyed this thoroughly. I actually read it twice. So has a lot of exercises, teaches you about auras, teaches you about connecting with the spirit world. He has his own little stories that he shares, and I absolutely loved it. Okay. Learning about past lives. This right here, I couldn't even put it down. I read it in like 2 days. Many Lives, Many Masters by Brian Weiss, Dr. Brian Weiss. Absolutely amazing book. I think that you are going to love this. And I think as a realm of understanding the spiritual world, there's so many different levels to a spiritual journey that you need to understand that there's so many different things, right? Because when we tap into our mediumship or we're tapping into spirit, there's so many different levels of that, right? It's not just loved ones. There's helpers, there's spirit guides, there's different types of energies. There's elementals, there's residual energy, right? And this is something that I'm going to be teaching in my mediumship course, okay? Starting January 15th. That's a shameless plug. But yes, I do have a beginner's mediumship course that I'm going to be starting January 15th at 7 p.m. So if you're interested in wanting to learn with me, this is your chance, okay? Also, frequencies, okay? Whoa, it's frequency, but this is also by Penny Pierce, okay? Hands down, definitely something you need in your library to understand frequencies, okay? The energy of what it feels like when you have your energy versus other people's energy, plants and animals, right? Because we all have a different energetic signature, okay? Please get yourself this book. This one actually is the extended version. It just came out this year, and it has a lot more exercises and things in the back of it. So I would get this version versus the other one that she has. The other one has a blue cover. Get the one that's a little bit, that's green, okay? Intuitive Studies. My favorite, my mentor as well, Gordon Smith, okay? Whoa. You have to have this in your library if you are a developing medium, okay? Highly, highly recommend. He also has a lot of audibles. He also has some YouTube videos that you may be able to watch. And he also actively teaches, right? I'm being mentored by him now. I'm about to start another mentorship soon, but amazing, okay? Please get this. Last but not least, something that I highly recommend that I was a little deterred from at the beginning of my mediumship, which I highly regret not really going back into it, but it's easy for me to pick back up. And it is an encyclopedia of symbols, okay? Because that is how the spirit world communicates. And this is by Kevin Todeshi. You can find this on Amazon, I believe, maybe even Barnes and Nobles. But it is a book of symbols to understand the communication of the spirit world with symbolism, okay? Because this is how we interpret the messages that spirit gives us based on the different symbols and things that we get. Also, feeling is a very big one. That's actually number one. Feeling is number one. Symbols and things that come after is number two, right? Because we want to always engage with our heart space. We always want to engage on how we feel when it comes to communicating with the spirit world. But the symbolism is highly important. I can't tell you enough, okay? The beginning of my journey, it was something that I was very strong with, and my mediumship was very, very flowy. It was great, right? Then I ran into some problems along the way, and I didn't know what it was. And then I figured it out. It was the symbols. I needed the symbols. We all read very different. We are all very different when it comes to our mediumship. And, you know, I feel like if something works, stay with it. Don't try to fix it. Stay with what you know, okay? Word from the wise. Stay with what you know. Don't change it. Stick with what works for you, okay? And this right here, I love it. I'm going to show you. It doesn't show pictures though, right? Because you want to create your own symbolism. So for instance, it'll have Cinderella, right? And then it says associated with personal transformation, change from poverty and neglect to personal fulfillment, the realization of one's highest self. It's so many different things. A metamorphosis, right? The phoenix, the rising of the phoenix. There's so many different things you can utilize as a symbol of Cinderella. And think about it. This is how spirit will communicate with us. If you get something, think, okay, you see an apple. An apple could mean many things. It could be a teacher. It could be somebody who loved to eat apples, right? Maybe somebody who was very high on health. Maybe somebody who loved making apple pie. There's so many different symbols that we receive from one thing, but it's going to mean something different to everyone. So this is where it's so important to understand what it is that spirit gives you so that you're able to translate that in a reading. Oh, I don't think I said this one. Medium Mentor. This is a good one by Marian DeMarco. So this is if you're a little bit further in your development, definitely a book. It talks about time management and things like that. And I found it to be very important. It is a short read. It is great. All these books are available on Amazon. So please, if you're on your mediumship journey, your intuition journey, these are some books you definitely want to have.